Welcome back to Ivy's playing this godforsaken game for multiple man hours per week. Just kidding. I have a good time here. We make jokes around here. It's just the road to 1,000,000%. It's 1,000,000%. It's a big number. It's gonna be overhyped. So we're finishing up a big task here. We're trying to get to the Lost, fully fleshed out, for reasons that will become apparent at the end of this video. No spoilers, of course, but it's going to end in a success because that's the kind of thorough man of my word I am. The reason I got that Judas one last time was died became Dark Judas. Normally I thought would have been slapped and tossed away into the bin, but not that time because we needed to unlock the Eye of Belial. Unbeknownst to me, but that was actually something we needed to do. Worked out beautifully, and it's a great item too. One of these days Devil Deal will have it. We don't even get one in these runs, sadly. It doesn't show up in our Chaos, it doesn't show up in any Devil Deals because Greed mode is very skimpy with the Devil item pools and Angel pedestals in general. It's not an Angel item pool. Regardless, the straw in the item room here says 25%. The external item descriptions is a known liar and bringer of false truths. It can underhype some items and have false claims for others. 25% damage of an enemy? Not true. However, it does do approximately 10%, as you saw with the Dingle there. I used it on Dingle, took about a decent chunk of his HP, and that was that. And here I am popping these poops, the classic exit the room and come back, hopefully get some coins or hearts out of the poops. Did not work that time, but it does work usually, trust me on this. Anyways, the straw only deals 10%. That's final. It does actually deal a small additional flat, just plus some amount of damage on top of that, which is good for the weaker enemies where it would obviously be completely useless to deal 10% of damage to. Can make clearing those through pretty decent. And look, for once we actually established a Devil precedent, we got a little horseman out of the Devil Deal. Not bad at all. By the way, the whole reason I started this run was I saw a magic mushroom. I'm like, hey, we can maybe make this work. It's a magic mushroom. It's a good item. It's known to carry runs in the past. Will it carry a Lost run? This is the mystery. Also, the duct tape trinket. Interestingly enough, it does not stop our horseman from roaming around, but it does cement the flies he produces in place, which is kind of good with the war fly. Show me your war fly. But yeah, it's I'm in awe over that horrible thing I just said. There's no humor in these kinds of things. Well, anyways, there was a purity. And the purity get bestowed upon us a range boost, which is just an affront, a horribly bad example. I would have preferred speed to that. And instead we get range, which admittedly could allow us to camp over some mushrooms and hit enemies on the other side of the map, but that's a coward's tactic. And we got hit. Time to press the button because the Lost can press the button for free, but we didn't even need to press the button because the wave had ended. We'll be using the button tactic a lot because the Lost is a vulnerable boy, and the less time we spend without our Holy Mantle, the better. Even if it does cost us a whole wave's worth of coin, which could be between 3 or 4 of those bad boys. But yeah, obviously the best result for purity would have been damage or tears, alas. And we have no lives with which to take damage and reset purity. Obviously, using Holy Mantle does not count towards changing the purity aura. Sad though it may be. We get another Devil Deal that has items inside. Of course, one of them is literally useless, complete dead weight. But on the other hand, Rotten Baby is a helpful little fella. It'll give us more flies on top of the fancy horseman flies. Horseman locusts, if you want to get into the lore. But I mean, they're literally just flies, just recolored little flies. That's all there is to them. Wire coat hanger. Classic item, hailing from the original days of Wrath of the Lamb, not even Wrath of the Lamb, just the Binding of Isaac. We use our final I Can See Forever pill to gain access to another secret room that gives us some more bombs, pretty good stuff. Another small damage up, never hurt nobody. DPS is quite adequate, and if we were anyone besides the Lost, this run would be almost set in stone. You could tank your way through Ultra Greedier, but we're the Lost, so always throws a monkey wrench into things. Of course, we want car battery. What that's going to do for us is allow our sharp straw to just do massive amounts of damage. Do 20% plus whatever the flat damage modifier is, which was enough to get through a lot of these poops and fishes single-handedly. Not single-handedly, but enough to have me finish them off with one tap. It's quite nice. And the damage it does to bosses can't be underestimated either. Now, there's been a weird bug, I can only assume, present in the entirety of Afterbirth Plus, in which items like the straw, or what's the more notable example, the candle, perhaps, when they have like a recharge bar that they charge over time, the game defines it as like hundreds of charge, which of course is much too large to be defined in little blocks, such as Mega Satan's 12-block charge, or Guppy's Head's single-block charge. So it fills up like one charge per tick of the in-game or whatever, and this straw has like 600 ticks to fill up all the way, or something like that. But it used to be, as far as I can remember, in Rebirth, where upon clearing a room, it would fill your item up. Despite it being like a gradually recharging item, it would fill your item up at the end of the room as normal, which means that you could spam this per room, on a per room basis, as you would a Guppy's Head or something. The straw, on the other hand, or anything in Afterbirth, basically, Afterbirth Plus, you have to wait for it to recharge even if you clear a room. And in something like Greed Mode, where you'd like to spam it once per wave, that's a lot less tenable. It's real annoying. Jumper cables, also, adheres to this same broken logic. The jumper cables increments your charge by 1. Unfortunately, that means your charge will go from, say, 250 ticks to 251 ticks, appearing as though nothing had happened. It's quite annoying. Oh, what we did there, used Ace of Clubs to turn some coins into more bombs. Just some reroll fodder, basically. One bomb will guarantee a reroll, whereas one coin is on average something like 1/3 of a reroll. Not pleasant. There's another button press. We got tapped by that explosive dude. Not fun. But yeah, and our bombs will also let us get more bombs or coins out of those fortune-telling machines. Look at that! Straw straight up killed some of those dudes instantly, thanks to the car battery. Really is an interesting combination, and as a character besides the Lost, you can snatch up those soul hearts and red hearts that it produces, and you can be a very healthy boy. Unfortunately for the Lost, though, they're just decoration. Nothing to see there. Lost my Holy Mantle, and there's no button to press, so I just have to finish this Scolex off manually, without my layer of protection. A little risky, but I mean, all he can do is just charge at you, and he bounces off of the void, which is mighty convenient, if physically very strange. We do have a Chaos in the shop, which I am abstaining on taking until we get the Devil Deal, which, using Foresight, is a good move, as you'll see soon. But yeah, a Mom's Heart here. You notice how Mom's Heart did the counterclockwise laser? Would have trapped me against the wall? Yeah, fortunately I killed her before that was a problem. Battery, 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 battery. We got quite a good loadout of consumables out of the Book of Sin there. And this is not the Devil Deal I was thinking of that was really good, so we'll see that in a future occasion. But yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was thinking of beforehand. Hopefully I conveyed enough of whatever I was saying. Mystery Gift. I think I was plotting about the goodness of Mystery Gift before I realized we have Chaos now, so there's no point in bringing Mystery Gift to, say, a curse room to get a Guppy piece. You can find Guppy anywhere. It's Chaos, baby. I'm gonna take a sip of that refreshing water. Well, we observe what items we have here. There is a Guppy piece. Guppy's Paw to kickstart us. Not on sale or anything, so we gotta get pretty, we gotta forfeit a pretty large chunk of check. Chunk of cash. As you might expect, that's the normal for Greed Mode, 15 cents per item. And, what was in that secret room? I don't remember. Was it a golden poop? I don't know. My brain lapses, my short-term memory is constricted because I am on the clock here talking about this run. Good old post-commentary. Brimstone dudes, man. Pretty lucky to have dodged those. One heart just straight up immolates itself, always fun. The blue fires can be very helpful in this shoal floor, and they do appear sometimes elsewhere, but mostly in shoal. Enemies can just straight up blast themselves, and you have a good time. And normally in Greed Mode, you want to blast away the fires, the poops, and all that. Pardon me, in the hopes of getting more coins, but of course, the blue fires will just give you soul hearts, which the Lost obviously does not need. Sacrificial Dagger, Defensive Orbital, beautiful. Of Of course, it's the most offensive orbital of them all as well, dealing like 15 damage per tick. But that matters not, because we have decent damage elsewhere, and we're the Lost, so we don't want to go melee and risk dying. Going ham on the rerolls here, we get a Crown of Light. Turns our tears into something quite beautiful. 28 damage. The run is starting to look quite promising. But not promising enough for me to start up the live commentary, apparently. Regardless, Lucky Rock, we don't have Dr. Fetus or anything, so it's not going to be giving us much money at all. We don't even have any bombs to explode the rocks with. I guess I'm debating the purchase of the Lucky Rock, but no, it's useless. We get another Infamy. He loves us. Sadly, I have my eyes, my greedy eyeballs, set on the Guppy prospects. Killing some of these dudes, it's the shockwaves, man. Whatever goes, goes. It's a complete wildcard down here. A lot of keepers, a lot of knights. Sometimes even hanging shopkeepers will spawn out of the blue, which can be nice. You can blow them up for more money. It's quite considerate. Of course, Mom's Dead Hand snipes us with the explosive fissures, as always wants to happen, because I straight up don't know how to dodge that. One of these days I'll get it, but that day is not now. Ultra Gradier does the Fissure Explosion attack as well. There goes the Sharp Straw again, doing beautiful things. But for some reason, Ultra Gradiers seem more predictable. Or it's just because we have a lot longer room to dodge, I'm not quite sure. But with the Mom's Dead Hand, I tracked that Fissure all the way up to the top of the room, so really, my ineptitude knows no bounds. So we're gonna buy the Guppy's head, of course. 2 for 3 on the Guppy prospects. Exploding the Beggar, which gave us another whopping 15 cents. Now, of course, our goal here is to get one last Guppy piece. Can you guess what happens? Correct. There's no more Guppy, which means we are forever one spot away from the coveted cat. The unattainable ideal. And we just have to face Ultra Greed mano a mano. No game breaking, no Guppy. Just a little bit of chaos action, which admittedly chaos alone can do some quite good things for the game. And we already lost our Holy Mantle to a stray shot, and he sniped us with a random key. Key coin. Yep, he's notorious for dropping those directly atop your person, because they are quite randomized. They don't they don't keep your position in mind. It has claimed many an adventurer, and I am no less susceptible. Anyways, might have seen at the beginning of this new run here, it took a couple of resets, but I found a Steam sale in the shop. Normally that doesn't appear in the shop. It's an item room item, but the shop can, in some instances, contain an item room slot in the rightmost area there. Either if there's an item in the rightmost or second rightmost slot, you know it's going to be an item room item. And if you have the ability to purchase things from there, you might as well. You can find some goodies in there. So of course we go for the Steam sale that has presented itself to us very readily. It is not itself on sale, which would have been hilarious, but we'll definitely acquire enough money to purchase it, and we're holding off on the usual key purchase until we get the Steam sale, of course. Great. So this Monstro, he's a very thick tank individual, and of course we didn't get anywhere near close to killing him before Duke of Flies has spawned. The two of these are a very, very nefarious combo, as it turns out. I spent multiple minutes here just curtailing the various flies and bullets that they're shooting at me. Especially Duke of Flies, what an annoying bastard. And he goes ahead and removes my protective Holy Mantle covering. And I have to be extra cautious. Took a very risky dodge underneath the counterclockwise swarm of flies there. I stayed alive, but it's been close on multiple occasions. We get to a refrain of this boss theme that I've only heard maybe once or twice in my entire lifetime. Never has a boss fight ever taken this long. It's a little less impressive when it's sped up to double, but still. And it's actually quite epic to hear if you have the soundtrack. Just go on YouTube, look it up, give it a listen. The soundtrack is pretty neat, especially the parts that you don't get to hear very often. Otherwise, of course, it wears thin on your psyche. Anyways, we finally killed the Duke of Flies 2 minutes in to this boss fight. And we're just dispatching of this helpless, unhoppable monster. This is the champion that does not do his big hop, as you might have noticed. And the champion Duke of Flies there was spawning... what are they called? The blood sac flies that split into 4 bullets. And for a Devil Wave, we have a Soul Pink Widow, which is a huge relief compared to that previous boss combination. Take this bad boy any day. It spawned a fly directly into me, which in hindsight I should have noticed. Obviously the flies are not restricted by rocks, they can be ported directly into me if necessary. I keep my distance from those sacks. The sacks are notorious little bubbles, able to burst large distances. Of course, a Krampus head. Can't afford the luxury of a coal, no sir. Now what I do here, I purchase Capricorn. I was not even aware. I can see the item description in the upper left there. It gives you a coin, a bomb, and a key. I did not know this. I thought I'd be forfeiting my key rights by purchasing it. But no, I gained the key, and I'm able to enter the item room against what I had thought would be ever not possible. That sentence doesn't make sense, but whatever. So I did get the key, ultimately. And the item room was not something that I should have missed. It did contain Epic Fetus. It was an extraordinary stroke of luck that our one item that we could purchase was Capricorn, which I so blindly did not even realize that it gave you one of each consumable, which is perfect for this kind of greed mode instance here. Very convenient. Epic Fetus, it's not a beginner's trap, you see, it's actually an advanced player's trap, because it's very hard to unlock, but it's very difficult to use. It's quite powerful, but it's very unwieldy. You could probably heard me cracking my knuckle there. It's not something that happens too often on camera. But yeah, Epic Fetus is sometimes vastly overrated, because you have to move your cursor around. It's similar to the Ludovico technique. You can leave your brain pretty discombobulated if you're not very proficient in maneuvering 2 objects at once. One with your left stick, one with your right stick. Or on the keyboard, WASD versus the arrow keys. Fortunately, I've had my fair share of experience here, so I can be pretty safe with Epic Fetus. And of course, Holy Mantle. The 2 of them combine into a very powerful run, both offensively and defensively. Chariot, Ace of Clubs. We did find a random Yera inside their curse room. Or was it secret room? One of those places. And that random Yera is going to prove very nice as we obtain this 3-cent blank card. And it is at this moment that I realize that this run very well may be forced into a victory. It's been a little bit of a road to get here. 11 minutes on the caves and the greed mode is not indicative of a good run, typically. But here we are. Rerolling away. Like our life depends on it, because it does. Meat? That's a damage upgrade. I think we can shoot for the skies in that respect. Could probably be worthwhile taking some of that. Two of clubs, big whoop. Still, eventually it'll be nice to have 2 cards to carry. Should definitely look into carrying the meat at a defensive orbital. And now we can start doubling. Get all that money on the ground into my pockets stat. Trying to min-max this so that I can get at least like 2 double-ins without worrying about having a charge at the end of the room. So we'll go to 7, I believe. Double once, and then have the remainder for the future. So I should have doubled once even earlier, but, you know, what can you do? Except, you know, actually plan out what you're doing in advance. To a more, extreme degree. Something I've not yet mastered. Excuse me. I have supreme domain over this ground. Alright, we popped that one. These will all chain react and explode. Hello! Blind Cave Squirters. Goodbye to you. I did not double at the appropriate time, so... well... Probably end up looking for batteries at some point. With our power of infinite re-rolling. That's the true power of Epic Fetus. Not in its raw strength, which, while great, can also be inconvenient in this stupid naming system. Excuse me. Should have pressed that there button. By the way, oh, it's a rag man. You shall not. Epic Fetus kind of suffers the same syndrome, same symptoms as the Ludovico technique run. You can't focus, your mind gets boggled by having to both aim the cursor and your person. Alright. Definitely purchase the meat. Might as well get all this money for now. We got an extra 15 or so cents, which with the Steam sale is quite a few items, aka 2, as opposed to 1. It's nice that the Steam sale rounds down, very considerate. Might as well use real bombs. No difference. And it's done already. Wow, okay. People at Duplex sadly is useless, but we do have restock, so we could look for some item pool items from this slot. Which seems like a very good idea. A little bit of meat cube for some up close and personal security. Oh, we did get a 3rd battery charge. Or 4th battery charge, really. Excuse me. I'm a little too lethal here. Look at this. There's a hopping individual. I don't want it anywhere near me. Okay. Some mighty close calls. We can finally establish Devil Precedent. And perhaps inch ever closer to Bookworm, which will give us the occasional double missile shot. Alright, yeah. Time to start buying out the shop. Ooh, sad bombs. Now you're talking my language. That was well worth it. Digging through 2 disgusting objects to get something real tasty. Yeah, I think that ought to do it. What was in here? Fast bombs? Well, no reason not to take it. Not penalized for grabbing items. Check for a magical mushroom, as always. Oh, dude. Pupilla Duplex is no longer useless because we now have sad bombs. Any tear-affecting item is no longer useless. It's good to know. Epic Fetus bombs will get like Fear Shot and Freeze Shot and stuff like that. But of course, having actual tears is nice, both aesthetically and for distributing tear effects onto the masses. Oh, more defensive orbitals. Yes, please. Well, it's not like I can re-roll it, so... Get an evil upgrade. Could be nice if we get that trinket that gives us more damage. The black feather. And what do we have here? 2 of spades, eh? I'll just pop it. We don't care too much about keys. As a matter of fact, there's only the Womb and Shoal from this floor onwards, so we are done with keys at this point. Alright, Eternal Heart. More reroll machines, you're too good to me, game. Secret room is not here, as always. Definitely don't need a blue map. It's not like bombs are a limited resource that we're trying to conserve here. I can brute force the secret rooms with extreme finesse. That's like quite a good haul. We'll definitely get cranked on this reroll machine before we even blink an eye. Of course, we gotta go to the secret room first, get some coin. I don't know, maybe those coins could become dimes or lucky pennies, but we may never know. Because that small sample did not turn up with any successes. Alright. Who could refuse a damage? Our nominal damage stat is awful. Okay. You gotta take the lost contact. I know I bombed myself there, but it's because I was panicking. I want to look at the item pool selection here. But do we have enough money to kind of... I guess we'll just wear out the reroll machine. See, oh, now we have 2 item pool items. Okay. Now you're talking my language, okay. But these are both horrible. Finger does not synergize well with Epic Fetus. And of course, the glaucoma is bad enough. It's self-evident. Enough of the skulls, please. Do we have some more piercing shots? I don't believe so. And yet it looks like... No, we do not. Definitely should be saving the bunny for Viera. Like, don't be afraid to do that. Keep your face off of the ground. We only lost like 4 cents there. Still. 4 cents is a lot more than nothing. Ooh. Oh, nice, he got poked right at the end there. I forget that Sad Bombs adds an additional flat amount of damage to your tears. So not only do you get the full tear damage blast out of your Sad Bomb, but you also get a nice helping of flat damage on top of that. So if your own damage is bad, like soy milk, it's not the end of the world. Tammy's head is like 40 extra damage, so I'd wager it's somewhere in that same range.
Yera.
Might as well Yera now. Do we have a battery for sale? I forget. No, we should probably prioritize that. A battery in an item room slot would be utterly fantastic. Because then we could just buy out the shop. Alright, we do have a battery. What we can do is get doubling, fill up our coin, be mighty happy about that. There we go, now they're proliferating. It's always nice when they start rupturing like that. And now things are starting to despawn, so that is the end of our doubling endeavors for now. I'm gonna go for broke here. Okay, we did get a chaos though. I can't complain about that. And of course we have a bunch of on sale items to go through here. First we'll go to the devil deal. Oh, this is pretty bad. A couple of envies. With no piercing shots, they're still going to take quite a couple of bombs to blast through. And of course they're forcing me out of all this change. Spare some change, sir. Every delicious sound of coin taking is not good for our prospects here. And you wouldn't want to die, would you? Keep your eye on these heads that are coming in. They're almost gone. There's really not much more they can do. Except die. Tarot Cloth, huh? Now Tarot Cloth will synergize with our blank card Yera now. This is a change that was added quite recently. I don't know what card that was, and I couldn't care less. So we do get one last hurrah in terms of coins. I don't want Backpack because it's just going to start crashing my game and it's going to be real nasty. So I guess we start purchasing these. Don't know how we broke the tears cap, but I'm a big fan. Take this. Be gone. We do have one last blank card charge for this floor. Butt bombs. Nice. Get some nice clouds of gas in there. Doesn't matter where we use this gift because item pools no longer exist. Nice! Now we can octuple our items. Try Sagion. Watch this. Yeah, that's pretty swanky. It's pretty nice. I almost crashed the game with that, but apparently worked out. But yeah, Trisagion is a new booster pack item that greatly turns your tears into brimstone lasers. It's supposed to be angelic themed, but they're just reskinned brimstone. I don't know what they were getting at there. Either way, it's pretty neat. And there's our full guppy already, which will work, and will work beautifully because, as you might expect, every tick of this brimstone, pseudo-brimstone, that hits an enemy spawns one fly for us. Just extraordinarily beautiful. Oh, 9 lives. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and declare this a one run. 2020 on our epic fetus, don't mind if I do. Useless contract from below. Deadeye might work because we are spawning bullets out of our epic fetus, but I'm not fully sure. Wouldn't expect it to. We are used to the business of buying useless items at this point. Come on, friend. Buddy in a box. Hop on our train. If we could get Conjoined, Conjoined will turn our epic fetus into triple shot as well. So we'll have double triple shot, which does something. I don't remember what. either 5 or 6 thingies are spawned. That's every guppy piece in existence except the hairball. Pretty dang tasty. We're starting to enter breakfast zone. You are about to enter the breakfast zone. Now we have an epic fetus, not an epic fetus, but we have a regular incubus here that will give us regular tears. I think I'll stop at Thunder Thighs for now. Seems like a good endpoint. It's like, I don't care for it much, so I'll just... but there's so much coin. There's so much coin to go through here. We gotta. It's quite the stark speed downgrade, but... Eucharist, guess we're getting all angel deals from here on out. Doesn't matter because we have chaos. Is this spawn here? Could be. There it is. We still only have 10 damage by name, but I have a feeling it's not going to matter too much. Lots of breakfast on the pile. Which card is this here? 2 of diamonds. Well, I say. We no longer need to use the cumbersome Yera technique. Yeah, I think we can retire Yera, which means we can use it one last time for even more money. There's Guppy's hairball. We now have the complete Guppy suite, and now we have Crown of Light. Just keeps getting better, doesn't it? This didn't look like a game-breaking run at first glance. Actually, it did, because I reset until I found a Steam sale. And the whole point of Steam sale is to get twice the amount of items that Balance actually wants you to get. That Edmund himself probably dictated. So we've already broken the game in principle. It's just a matter of time before it became fully self-evident. That was a speed aura from Purity, which doesn't matter because we're already at 2.0 speed. Spear of Destiny, a little melee coverage, never hurt nobody. Now we're getting into some more angel items. Should probably Yera these. Yera. Which brought us another full slew of items. Okay. Seraphim on top of everything else. Law of the Void for more damage, mostly. Steven, more damage. Parasite, don't mind if I do. Parasite will work with our... Actually, I have no idea how Parasite interacts with these little Trisagion blasts. Look at this, we're spawning shockwaves of divine smiting power. And Little Baggy is where we stop. Concrete. Put your foot down, that's it. We're done here. I will not be taking Little Baggy under any circumstances. I did not kill myself with that big fetus there, much to everyone's surprise. We're very close to conjoin. Let's proceed to the next floor. From 0 to 100 within an instant. We somehow have 5 keys. We're already long past Bookworm, but thank you. 5 additional coins. Homing bombs, which may or may not work with Epic Fetus, but certainly regular homing shots will work with Epic Fetus. Do not need any beds. We've evolved beyond the point of needing sleep. Good, no accidental rerolling. A defensive orbital in the form of Sack Dagger. Certainly don't need Bob's brain, but what harm could he possibly befall upon us? Backstabber is a new sprite that I did not notice. Well, that's from the sprite mod, but still. I don't know if the lump of coal... Okay, lump of coal greatly elongates the duration that these Trisagion shots can exist for. That's pretty cool. Oh, here I am treating this like it's an item pool slot, but it doesn't matter because everything is chaos. It is on sale though, so that's pretty nice. By the way, we don't have a battery, so I should probably cool it with these. Ah, hello. Cricket's Head, we did not have a damage multiplier yet. Nice to see you here. I'll take an Eve's Mascara if you got one for me. Okay, you gotta time it so that it... You gotta time it so that one... Oh, you got a Death's Touch and then you missed it. Now I blasted myself. Very poor performance. Regardless, we don't have a battery now, so it's just game-breaking zone. Purchase every single one of these that dares show its face. I'll take a black rune if one decides to show up. Won't faze me none. Llama's box, what's inside? Let's blast apart all the trinkets in the game. Do them in a different room. Oh, we can put our D6 in here for safekeeping. Or we can put our blank card in here for safekeeping, that is. Not to mention this other trinket, who needs that? Well, I can no longer take shelter over rocks because I am a very thick individual. Alright, works for me. We could get a real rubber cement. I don't need the bouncing ball trinket, that's for sure. Balls are always bounced to the left and to the right. Not yet, but that's the intention anyways. Ooh, shot speed downgrade from Lazy Worm, actually. I would love that greatly. Because the slower our shots travel through an enemy, the more ticks of damage they can inflict, as has always been the case here. Right, we're gonna swap this out. Then we can use D6 eventually when we're all done and set with this shop here. I assume a D6 will just propagate 1,000 breakfasts, but nonetheless it's worth a look-see. Alright, that is a tick. We don't want to touch that. There's our evil up trinket that I was talking about. At some point anyways, might not have been on this run, might have been on a seized one. I wasn't even talking during that one, so... On the other hand, it must have been this run. How is... I need to try this out. I just want to see what happens here. That's what happens, huh? Obviously that does not behoove us. It's quite detrimental, actually. As the reasons I mentioned above with the shot speed and whatnot. Let's move this out of here. Here we go, this is some good positioning. Should probably get back to our 2 of diamonds in. Come back to me, blank card, I need you now.
2 of diamonds.
Okay, we already octuple our coins, I forgot about that. We went from like 11 to 99, so it's even more than that. I don't even know how these multipliers are working anymore. Something phenomenally good. Oh, there's our cracked crown. Alright. Yeah, I'll take that. 25 damage increase? That's, I'd say that's pretty good. Wouldn't you agree? Now, I'm just going to end this here. We can start re-rolling, selecting anything that looks good to us. Tech X. Actually, Tech X would replace our beautiful little thingies here with lasers. Standard, single-firing lasers. I don't want that. I will actually leave. Lacrophagy, something like that? Yeah. Gives you little Pac-Man tears, which are functioning. I don't know how this works. I don't know anything about this. We'll take the hive mind because Guppy is already here. Guppy is already upon us. Death's List. Not gonna happen. Another new item that I won't even start to explain. We'll see that one in situ at some point. Judas's Shadow. We already have 9 lives. No need to even worry ourselves about respawns into other basic characters. I don't need a D8, surprisingly enough. Usually I do. Not in this case. 1 up for another life on top of our 9. I'll take a Blood of the Martyr. Plus 2 damage. Not insignificant. I'll take a Mark. I'll take a new pedestal to purchase. Oh, Lusty Bloody. Yes, yes, yes. Willkommen. Could have taken Bob's Curse. Oh, a Mom's Knife, huh? I'm pretty sure that would overwrite things, so I'd rather not risk it. You dig? Alright, I think at this point, we should just be done here.
2 of diamonds.
We have all the coin in the world. We have cracked crown. We're done. Incubus alone. Okay, we did not lose our Holy Mantle there, thank goodness. I forgot about the, things are dying. I forgot what I forgot about. The game doesn't know how to parse these. Our poisonous lasers are giving a nice, minty, fresh aesthetic to our shots here. Can't see I'm complaining. Who's still alive, exactly? 1 host, huh? Well, get blasted, son. And it's boss wave time. I touched the button. Bad form. Regardless, I'm well past the need for such material possessions as money. It's a good thing I don't have conjoined, because I don't think the game could handle 5 barrages of lasers. Goodbye, game reel. Nice to know ya. Wish you could fight Mega Ultra Satan Greed. Oh well. Maybe in the next expansion pack. Until then, this key piece will be useless. Do we just have persistent lasers here? Apparently, yes. Look, I can turn them on and off. It's like applying an electric current to a frog's leg. Must have felt like a god back in the day when that was a novelty. Allow me to reanimate this, this still deceased amphibian. Ace of Hearts, okay. Strength, I'll allow that one. Only gives plus 1.3 damage, so do not care too much about that. We did get an item. We got a D20. That's just hilarious. I'm sorry, D20. You've been long obsoleted. Let's just end this. This run is surprisingly taking quite a long time. This is this run that took 5 minutes to beat Monstro 2? Yes, it is. Not Monstro 2, but Monstro. Regular Monstro. From humble beginnings to unstoppable death machine. The tale of the lost. And a story of why Steam sales should just be outright removed from Green Mode. Not that I'm complaining. Bye, Bighorn. Ultra Horny. Got some persistent lasers. Incubus is just electrofaggying things up to the max. Another angel. Meaning the fate of his brother. Missing page 2. Useless as the lost, but regardless. Here, I'll let the Guppy Flies handle that one. I'll let my sphere... My sphere? My sphere. Don't die to a freaking Eternal Fly. Get out of there. Go on. Get! We're speeding up so fast in this phase of the game that, our timer is, almost about the same time you would have on a normal Green run. So, yay for us. Certainly a lot faster than it would have been if it was something like a D20 break. Goodness, the Lacrofaggy. I want to see Lacrofaggy in a non-breaking run. I want to see it in action. Okay, now I'm kind of wishing we had Bob's Curse, because it would be poisoning these hosts. It would no longer be immune to our advances. Oh. Oh well. Love the weird multicolored laser mist. I love the ones. There are ones that are actually brimstone colored, belying the true nature of the Trisagion shots. We did not lose our Holy Mantle throughout that entire mess. Things have already died. Thank you, Love of Coal, for greatly extending the longevity of our little friendly lasers. Couldn't be more grateful for that. Both chests are duds. Your small bout of pathetic, non-existent RNG does not bother me. The slightest. That is a greed destroyed. An egregious crime. I'm sorry, I don't know, that was very unwarranted fun. Excuse me, you're not supposed to have boss armor. Do you need me to... Do I need to call your parents? Do I need to have you suspended? I've already lost this Holy Mantle. It'd be very dignifying to die to this man, of all people. Let's prevent that from happening, shall we? Please? Don't explode me, sir! Please keep pounding. Keep pounding, and we'll have things happening all fine and dandy. You killed me! How embarrassing! Okay, there goes our 1-up. That's pathetic. I'm gonna have to figure out more evasive techniques. Because obviously I can't actively dodge, not when I literally can't see. My crosshair is somewhere down there. Excuse me, sir, I did not get hit by any of that. I'm very happy about. Did not get hit by any of his RNG coins that sniped me last time. Alright, my flies are being very helpful in indicating where he is at the current moment. Come on, friend. Are you hopping? Yes, you are. He's hopping again. I say as I've already... No, 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 no. You don't get it, mate. You aren't allowed. Still hanging out at the bottom. Okay, he's pounding. He's pounding, he's rotating. He has been killed. Wish we actually were able to see it, but I was not quite overpowered enough to allow that. And there it is. To remind you all that ending exists. We unlocked Dad's lost coin. We unlocked Godhead. If there's any time to say he's done it, the time would be now. Let's take a moment to gander that post-it note there. Back in the Rebirth era, all you needed was the top left heart, upper middle cross, upper right boss rush, middle left satanic cross, center Polaroid, center right negative, and that was it. They were arranged in a nice little pentagram with a little slot in the middle for the boss rush. Complete those in hard mode, and you've got your Godhead. But now we got Mega Satan being tracked on a post. We got Hush, we got Greed, we got Ultra Greed, we got Delirium. It's quite the festival they've added to the game, isn't it? Mega Satan was there since the beginning, but he didn't count. Now he does. And it's quite refreshing to have done this. Now, I should point out that he did not have the Holy Mantle back in that day, so it was definitely a lot harder to get any progress in that respect, especially towards boss rush, if you're trying to be a careful individual. Anyways, enough rambling. Just take a moment to revel in that Godhead. If you enjoyed this video, perhaps deposit a like down there. And we'll see you next time. Or we do anything. Maybe we dive into the perilous world of this abominable individual. But until then, I'll see you next time.